Feature Friday.
The freshest.
This is a good one. It's a first timer, and I think not only a first timer for the song, but also a first time for the actresses and the actors in the video.
Bollywood classics, baby.
Yeah. It's Rishi Kapoor and Sridevi, I think it's called. We've never heard of her. I think she has passed away. And she was considered like an absolute queen of dance. So I thought,
exciting.
I thought, given the fact that ballet obviously likes dance, she's a bit injured at the moment, hence why there's change of seats and stuff, and she can't dance right now. And neither will you in a long term manner. But this is like interesting to.
Doesn't mean that I don't love dancing.
Exactly, interesting to hear her thoughts and stuff. So here we go.
She's beautiful, though.
Uh,
Gosh, she's absolutely stunning. Look at her.
There's a real eyes.
No.
Contact.
Yeah.
So much of an idiot I am. I don't know what would be real and what would be not. But what I do love about old school Bollywood is the fucking... I don't know. It has like a home...
It has essence.
Yeah. Soul.
Actually, to be completely honest, with the new age film filters, you could actually make the videos look like this, so I wouldn't know
What's old and
if
new.
like how old this is, because the remastered videos are so good now.
This is old as fuck.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Probably like 20 years plus.
Oh, definitely more, I think.
It's like contemporary dance.
Yeah.
Dude, she's... What a beautiful woman.
Stunning. Gives me big 80s vibes. Ooh! What are they, exorcising her?
Also, we've never seen that instrument fucking ever before. It's Lata Mangheskar, by the way.
Ah. It's a bit like a bagpipe, but in a wooden version. Oh. Hello. Oh.
Is he like the villain?
I don't know. He gets big shaman vibes.
A what?
Shaman.
The fuck is a shaman?
You know, brujo. What it
A wizard.
No. Like the town brujo. You know?
The town wizard.
No, not in the term of wizard, but in the term of the shaman, the shaman.
Like a fortune teller.
Exactly,
Right.
like the town's fortune teller. Yeah. That's the place with.
Well, it's just usually in cinematography, you use colors. You use colors, for symbolism and things of that nature. So you would presume that if anyone's gonna be the fucking villain, he would be it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not saying...
I can't depict what the interaction between these two characters are.
It's also, there's probably like some spiritual thing going on.
He also gives me father vibes.
Meri Jan. Oh, what the fuck? Tu Meri? Mine. Meri Jan. My. So she's saying my... Because Tu Meri means you are mine, right? So she said Meri Jan, which means you're a fucking dickhead. That's what I mean. Oh. Let me go, you prick.
She's haunted.
It's like Meredolna.
Yeah.
I love the sound of that tabla.
You see, I feel like they're exorcising her.
Chanting her.
Yeah. Like getting the heartbreak out of her body or something.
Getting the devil out. It's like
that studio is gorgeous. Have a moment for that set. She's really good though.
It's so interesting, the dance as well, because it's somehow combative at the same time, yet it's also so fluid. And a lot of the time, again, I know shit about dance, but you kind of seem to understand movement for some fucking reason.
Every human does.
We discuss this a lot. I think that's probably where the knowledge comes from, because we discuss a lot of pieces and scenes and stuff like that from all over the world. And a lot of the time when it's like a scene that's trying to signify violence or combative nature, they're usually quite jerky and fast rather than fluid. That's why those martial arts movies, they really set the trend for something different, because they added fluidity of movement of things. That's why Bruce Lee became so popular. That's why Jackie Chan became so. I guess Jackie Chan was because of that, and also the comedic nature of things. If you look at like Chinese cinema, but in this sense, it's very fluid. You wouldn't really utilize contemporary-esque dance moves to exemplify a fucking.
I think it comes from the idea that you're kind of like charming a snake. Like I think that's what we're emulating here in the choreography. Like, given the fact that she's kind of like behaving a bit like a cobra, like how cobras attack, and like there's a lot of like body ripples and direct eye contact. I feel like there is this type of like we're charming the animalistic side of her down. You're trying to allure to another part that is not human.
Again,
this
we're
is
probably wrong in some sense, because I'm sure that it has an actual meaning. But we'll check out the lyrics.
The art.
Like that.
That's all I can say. She's got great isolation through that. Yeah, there's a definite
defiance.
Like rebellious nature to the choreography too.
Yep. Such demanding roles when you.
See, to me, that's just like emulating a snake.
Right.
And then he's trying to like
tame her.
Make me dull that part, yeah. She's brilliant though.
I wonder what year this was. What the fuck?
I would go with like, I don't know, maybe those like 70s zooms ins that's giving me late 60s, early 70s vibes in the music video, but then again I don't actually know.
Well, apparently, so someone's saying here, I watched this movie when I was 8 years old, and today, 10 years later, I remember about it. Is this only 10 years?
No, maybe it's like one of those things that you rewatch, where like they air still in TV every now and then, kind of thing. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's 18 years old.
Older. Yeah.
You see? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it.
What you call? I know
you
that.
Can't tame me.
Motherfucker.
I love that.
I always love those beats that yeah, it's such a good arrangement. Percussive voice.
Gorgeous though. Haunting.
Yeah, talk about like the difficulty of shots, especially back in the day.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting my ideas of like this late 70s, early 70s thing.
Yeah, because also a lot of the times you kind of had to treat these scenes and these performances, especially like back in the day, as somewhat more theatrical, because you didn't have as much post-production to emphasize things through editing, because editing is not what it is today.
It was all very analog, so everything that happened in studio was probably what you would get to see in the movie.
So you had to
be very creative.
You had to find individuals that were really able to be the best cast for the idea that you really had in mind, and that could play such demanding roles. and that could do so many more things, especially in the Indian cinema world, where it's not just about acting. You have to dance. You have to be able to at least convey emotions through musical pieces. You have to be able to do interpretive dance.
Do interpretive singing. All of that is like a whole section that's so segmentalized in performing arts. It's so it's so unique to the art form that to have them all in one single person is kind of like the impossible task, you know.
Yeah, he's like bewitching.
That's enough workout right there.
You still call that a sari?
I think there's a different type.
Oh, this beat's good.
Also, the song is so dynamic.
It's mad that you can't see her footwork because of the thing, but fuck me, she's going mad.
She's going crazy. I wonder where the foundation of this style of dancing comes from. What a long piece, bro. This is
very demanding.
Taxing for the dancer. Imagine how long it took to actually shoot this.
I just think of congas. Obviously, in the tabla, it wouldn't be like that. It would be like that, right? Yeah, but in congas, it would be like trek. Yeah, so it looks so cool. Very hard piece to fucking figure out what is what.
It's segmentalized, I would think. I think it's also segments. My question is, how do they manage to keep the veil on the whole time? Cool!
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, the oblique workout.
Abdominal wall must be a joke. Yeah, this is essentially a fight. Toma! Oh, what the?
Oh, goodness!
Snap out of it! Snap out of it, girl. She's been bewitched. Maybe that's the best way to get out of a fucking hypnotizing or a curse.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done in that movie, The Exorcist.
Snap out of it.
Yeah, literally. Hey, get the demon out. You know, but it is super intriguing in the sense of, look, the music composition itself, right? Because Lata can do many things when it comes. I mean, she's probably one of the most, she would have the most variety and the biggest repertoire of songs that I think ever, right? She holds the world record for that, actually.
I think so, yeah.
So she's really intriguing in the sense that depending on the directions and the director itself in the movie set and then in the creation of the composition, I don't know who the composer of that song specifically was, she can sound like a absolute haunting, you know, it's
like an isolated over top entity in the song.
Yeah, it can become intense. It can become hypnotizing. But then when it needs to be loving, when it needs to be the best example of femininity, she can do that as well. And I probably think that's probably one of the best pieces of what happens if, I don't know if she ever had like horror movies that she leaned into in terms of compositions, but that she would be a fucking haunting, eerie as fuck voice if she is directed to do so as well.
Which she had been,
Yeah, exactly. So she had been, yeah. So it's probably the best example of a complete versatile singer.
I think so too. But then again, I think that this composition is really complicated in very many different ways, from the actual interaction between the characters to the exertion of energy from all the characters in place. All of it just kind of plays a really huge role into where the song is directed and how it's being interpreted. So the idea of having somebody bewitched and the bewitcher at the same time, all in the same scene, creating that combative, rebellious a scene, it's so demanding in so many ways. So, it's hard for me to actually understand how to read it, you know.
So Sridevi, I think that's how you say her name. Her actual name is Sri Anma Yangar Ayapan. She did unfortunately pass away, very young as well, at the age of 54.
Oh goodness!
But she was from Madras state, which I think means she spoke Tamil. And she's worked in Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Malayalam, Kannada films. And she was cited as the first female Indian cinema star.
Wow.
Which is obviously unreal. And I know so many people were always saying, like, you guys have to check her out because she is, you know, as a lot of the times now, you know, you have like, you've always had your Deepika Padukones, right? You've had your, what's her name? Fucking Nick Jonas's.
Oh, Priyanka
Chopra, Alia Bhatt, right? You have, what's her name as well? Kapoor.
Oh, Karina Kapoor?
That's Karina Kaif, the one you're thinking of, I think. Fucking Jab we met, lady. You know, Jab we met, and then Aditya is Aditya, you know? It's the same, you know, you've always had these superstars, these ginormous stars, and she was one of the first.
Hashmi.
Yeah, she was one of the first. SRK. Yes. Fucking Hithrik Hoshan.
Yes.
You know? What's the guy? Amir Khan. What about the other guy? Ranbir Kapoor. Yes. You know, you've always had these stars, and these are like
Ranbir Singh as well.
Yeah, you've had these recent stars, but she was the first, so I thought it was appropriate to check her out. Let us know perhaps what else should we check out next, and then I hope at least you could see from a foreign perspective how we would interpret that, and perhaps you can let us know in the comments and we can dive deeper. Goodbye.
Okay.